Good day, fellow cartographers. In this video, we'll explain the game board. Each Explore It volume features a new region of our world to explore. While each volume contains somewhat similar locations, the types of scenarios your heroes will experience will vary widely by volume. When you unpack your box, you'll find the following types of game board pieces: the top and bottom bar, quadrants, hex tiles, various smaller tiles, and finally location tokens. Let's take a look at the top and bottom bars first. These are used to place several of the game's card decks. In this example, we're looking at the Valley of the Dead King game board. On the top, you'll find the Circumstance bar. It has a spot for the Circumstance deck, which is shuffled before play and placed in this slot. 5 open circumstance slots, these are the circumstances your hero may face while playing, and finally an area for several location tokens. On the bottom you'll find the quest bar. Similar to the circumstance bar, it is a spot for the quest deck, open quests, location tokens, and last but not least, the wander graphic. The wander graphic is an important piece of your game as it helps orient the direction of wander or roam events. In short, the top and bottom bars help organize your space and keep location tokens handy. The Forest of Adramon bars look a little different than the previous example shown. We can see here that while the top bar is similar, the bottom contains relics and destinations instead of quests. Each volume will appear slightly different from one another. Let's take a look at the quadrants next. The 4 quadrants contain many places of interest to the heroes. In volumes 1 and 2, the heroes begin in one of the 4 quadrants and will find much to do while here. When you begin each game, you'll place these in any orientation you wish. You'll experience a unique game with interesting challenges with each different setup you try. When you use the default configuration, you'll find that the map interlocks neatly with the 4 quadrants placed side by side between the top and bottom bars. Let's take a look at the hex tiles next. A hex tile is a large hexagonal map piece containing 19 individual hexes. In each volume, there are several hex tiles to find and explore. When you move to any border on the game board, you'll draw a random hex tile and place it on the board in any orientation you choose. This will allow the group to find new places and interact with more content. Moving on to the additional map tiles. Each volume may come with several smaller tiles. Instead of placing a hex tile when you move to a border, you may choose to place one of these smaller tiles instead. Unlike hex tiles, you do not have to draw these randomly. Let's take a look at location tokens. Each volume has its own unique location tokens. The rulebook covers what these are and how they're used. Generally, a token is placed on the board after its trigger occurs. For instance, you may defeat a boss, which requires a cleared token to be placed on its location. Let's discuss tile labels. In Volume 1 and 2, the quadrants and hex tiles are assigned a letter designation. Quadrants are labeled A through D, and the hex tiles are labeled E through N. This is important because quests or destinations are tied to specific locations on the board. The smaller map pieces do not have a letter designation. Let's take a look at uncrossable terrain. Some terrain begins uncrossable to the heroes. You might require an item in order to move into or across this location. Mountain peaks and open water are a few examples of uncrossable terrain. Let's take a look at rivers and roads. In HEXplore It, one mode of travel is called cautious movement. We'll cover movement in depth in our first game turn video, but it is important to note that rivers and roads are a key feature of every map. Often you'll rotate your hex tile in a way that promotes movement along a river or a road. One last thing to cover about the map, and that is event locations. You'll find many hexes have a colored border. These denote special locations where the heroes will experience an event. For instance, it may be a city or a waypost, a shrine or a ruin, or even perhaps a boss's lair. In summary, the HEXplore It world features a rich map filled with many dangerous and wondrous things to find. We hope you enjoy your experiences revealing the secrets each map has to offer. Thanks for checking out our game board summary.